Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Lupin 0 episode number 4 reaction. Alright, the previous episode, it was one of the best episodes of this series, and even though only 3 episodes has come out, it was really good. It was really good. We got to see a lot of deception, a lot of layers upon layers of tricks, and we get to see how crazy Arsene Lupin himself is, and how what Lupin thinks about the whole situation, and how what type of feeling does he has about his own grandfather and his father as well. Not only that, we also get a little, like I said, deception in the end, where we understand that it was Fulan actually was his dad in disguise who came to help him out, which Lupin wasn't able to realize up until the very end. And not only that, we also get to see how how Arsene Lupin was going to trick them to get he told everyone that, oh, I'm giving out my legacy if you're able to win this game, but in the end he actually tricked them into trying to get something from them, which is their working hard. And that's how he survived. Like, imagine scamming someone by saying that, oh, you're going to win a prize, and they go through life and death situation in the end to realize that you're the one who got scammed. Like, that was the whole situation, and Lupin knew better. And he faked his signature. We also get a little bit of a glimpse of what Albert was, how he was, as a child. And like I said, a lot of things happened in the previous episode, and it was really good. So yeah, that was a really good episode. Let's see what we get in this episode number 4. Let us begin. I'll be putting subtitles on the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. All right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Is that Jigen's lighter or something? Okay, what is that? A fireworks? Hmm. Yeah, fireworks factory. Oh, yeah, there you go. These two. Wow. Wait. Like I said, he threw it inside. Oh my god. And he. Oh my god, Shinobu's here. Hey, yo. Imagine someone coming to take you home like this. The top of a building, the full moon behind her. Oh boy. Damn. Hmm. Oh well. Claim the whiskey pipe. Alright. What? Oh, that's why everyone's suffering. What? Who the Rupan did that? It must be Rupan. Like I don't see anyone else doing something like this. At least having the guts to do something like this to Jigen, who whipped up a gun a few days ago. There you go. Hawk on Stew. She's just waiting on the roof. Hmm. Oh, great. What? Damn, he caught that. What? No. It'll be like Shino will easily track you down. Oh boy. Okay, I understand what he's trying to say. He's saying that he's making a base here so that he can do something here. Alright, makes sense. Oh, underground. Alright, I guess. Underground, isn't it? Wait, what? Why is he drilling the roof? Why? I thought he was talking about underground, not the roof. Wait, couldn't he just go in from the inside the building? I guess it was probably locked or something. There's a lot of things here. Bathtub? Uh, I'm pretty sure someone uses this as a storeroom. Like, otherwise, there's like so many other things here. Oh my god. Ah! Great. Like, I knew, obviously, this was what was going to happen. What happened? Wait, what? Okay. Yeah. Wow, this looks like a prison. It looks like a prison. Oh, the hell, his lighter. Oh! Oh no! Well, well, obviously. Oh, wait, they're in the. Oh, damn. Wow. Oh boy. Manufacturing radio. Ah! Yeah, yeah, this is. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Damn, he was quite fast. Yeah. Eh, a faucet. How old are they? Okay. Restrict. Oh my god. Really? Wait, then how? Oh. Okay, makes. So they're still doing it. Oh my god. Oh, they're going to siphon it in. It's going to. Oh. What happened to him? Oh, probably because of Shinobu, like, like, no, no, he probably thinks that, yeah, it's like, don't get into, mm, oof, oh boy. Great. Great. This is not okay. He's going to fall into some kind of a trouble. Oh no. Okay. All right. Okay, Yoko's here. All right, what's she doing? Oh, here we go. Multi. Damn. Well, Rupan is going to come in and try to divert it from the. Oh boy. Hmm. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Did he write that? Why? He's supposed to be more, like, what's that word? Discreet, yeah. It's looking inside the. Yeah, where is he? Oh, there it is. Child. Hmm. Oh wow. Wow, he made it. Ah, great. He had a goddamn periscope in here. How did he make this? Hmm. Oh no. This Lupin is here. Yeah, yeah. Oh no. Oh, he kept that in his. Yeah, he's going to make a different. Yeah. Great, great. Hmm. Yeah, you're pointing guns at him? Great. What the? Well, that was pathetic. You guys had guns on you and you couldn't do anything. Oh. Damn. Whoa, they brought the whole army in. Okay. Yeah, I guess, but this is like a. Where does he keep those things? Oh no, it'll be. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm I'm laughing because there's so many adult men here with guns trying to get a. Like, what's wrong with these people? Well, well, you guys are armed as well. What the hell? Oh god. Oh my god, what are you guys doing? Now you'll be drunk. Like I said, now you'll be drunk. Oh no. Oh, is this going to be like this is going to be like, you know, like when they're drunk, they'll be more reckless and oh wait, that's Shinobu, isn't it? It must be. Don't hit the pipe. Oh no, it's them. For a moment I thought it was Shinobu. Oh god. You guys. You're destroying your own business. Now what? Yeah, obviously. What do you think it was? What? Wow. Okay, I don't know where they're bringing out all of these things from, but I guess. The light bulb and everything. Oh my god. Well, there you go. Great. Yeah, it's over. The whole business is over. No one's going to get it now. Oh lord. We got there, Captain. Wait, what is that? Is that a frying pan? It's a frying pan on a pole. Okay. Well, there you go. You got your whiskey. Oh boy, imagine whiskey flowing through the river. Oh boy. Well. All right, nice. It's working again. Oh no. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, nice. Okay, that's it. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. All right, there you go. Wow, what a that was a nice episode. Okay, here we get to see again an episode where which kind of focuses more on Rupan and Jigen's bond and how, you know, like little by little, like, you know, they get more comfortable with each other and they become better friends and yeah, you know, stuff like that. So okay, here the whole thing begins with Rupan setting a firework factory in fire. The firework like starts like just exploding everywhere, And he to do that, he chugged in Jigen's lighter. And as far as I can remember, I don't remember if they said that or if it's like a mistake that I'm making. Like, is that lighter like I think, was it mentioned? Is that lighter like a memento from his father or something? I'm pretty sure it is, because it probably has some kind of a memory, Jigen has with it. That is why he was so angry when Rupan was like, oh, I chugged it in and it's not working anymore. So that's what happened, I guess. He's like, oh, here you go, here's a lighter, and it's like all burnt and everything is not working anymore. And Jigen is like, what the hell? This is what you did. And yeah, otherwise I don't see him getting that mad over like a normal piece of lighter. It must be like a memento or something from his dad, or like some others, maybe something else that holds some kind of a memory for him. Either way, their conversation got interrupted because Shinobu's here. Shinobu is just like, oh, young master, come quickly, let's go back home. And she gives we see at first Lupin was like kind of defiant about that, and then he was like, all right, you know what, yeah, I'm pretty sure I cannot do anything in this situation. And he gave up, and he's like, all right, let's go, and bids Jigen goodbye. And we see her give like a very cold stare towards Jigen and leave, and Jigen was like, what the hell. Now in this portion, I'm pretty sure this section kind of made Jigen think about the whole situation. And we can see this one thing that is very common in these few episodes is that there's two things that's going on here. The first thing is that Jigen always thinks that Lupin, what can I say, like Lupin is not meant for this. Like, this is one thing that's pretty much very much cemented in Jigen's heart. He all the time he thinks that, because Lupin is obviously, he's a very, I guess you could say, not him, but his father and everyone is a very famous people. And not only that, he's very rich and stuff like that. So he thinks I'm pretty sure there's a part in his heart where he always thinks that Lupin is not meant for this. It would be better for him to just live the normal life. And here again, we can see, as soon as Shinobu looks at him like that, giving him the stare of you're bad influence on our kid, that type of stare. That was that type of stare, I've seen that stare. That is very common stare, whenever, I don't know, you and your friend, there's one of your friend who's very, I don't know, very eccentric and everything, does some crazy stuff, and you are someone who is kind of always tags along with that person having fun, and suddenly both of you confront, the mother of the kid, who is very always keep calm and quiet, who's tagging along, and the mother is like, what are you doing, come back home, and the kid goes with them, and the mom looks at the other kid who has been actually leading him around and gives him that stare, what are you doing to our son, you're being a bad influence, that stare. That was exactly that stare, like I said. I know that stare. And that was exactly how Shinobu looked at Jigen and just left. And I'm pretty sure Jigen also, like I said, Jigen himself thought that Lupin is not meant for this whole thing, the things that he do, he's not meant for it. He's meant to live the normal quiet life as a rich boy should. However, this is one thing that pisses Lupin off as well. People telling him what to do and making him go through a designated path. He doesn't want that. We've seen him tell, I mentioned this before as well, even in the first episode, he said that I don't want to walk on a predetermined path. I want to find out what I want to do, and I want to do whatever I want to do. So I don't want to walk on my father's footsteps or do whatever they tell me to do. I don't want that. So that's that thing that Jigen thinks is something that pisses Lupin off all the time. Lupin doesn't want to go according to the norms or whatever you call it. So he always goes against it. And this is the thing, Jigen always thinks and kind of feels guilty himself. I'm pretty sure sometimes that I'm involving Lupin in all of these things, but at the same time, Lupin doesn't want anyone else telling him what to do, so that also pisses him off. So these are the things I'm pretty sure that kind of holds them back from getting closer as friends. And we can see little by little them kind of accepting and realizing, more about the other person and understanding them more, and like them getting more, their bond getting more stronger. And that's what's happening basically, like, because in the first few episodes we saw, first 1 or 2 episodes, we saw Jigen being completely against Lupin trying to do anything, and he was always like, oh, you do your own thing, like don't interfere in this, you stay in your, like, like in your comfort, like, in your zone, don't try to come here in this part, like, this whole crime, thievery, these type of things, don't try to come here. And like, we've seen him do that before, and we've seen Lupin getting pissed off at that. He's like, who are you to tell me? So there you go, these are the two things. And I'm pretty sure here in this section where Shinobu looked at Jigen like that, he was probably like, what the hell am I doing? Like, I do like Lupin as a friend, but at the same time, like, what he's doing is going against his family, doing all of this, and I'm tagging along with it. And I don't know, it's a complicated situation, it's a complicated feeling, where you do enjoy the other person's company, but at the same time you do realize that you and the other person are in completely different worlds. Like, yeah, that's basically what's happening. He does like being friends with him, but he realizes how different of a world both of them live in, and that always, I don't know, kind of makes him feel bad, I guess, and he's not able to accept that fact. And that is why all the time he tries to make Lupin reconsider whatever he's trying to do. Whenever Lupin says some outrageous thing like, oh, we're going to do this crazy stuff, Jigen always is like, no, and there you go. That's the basic thing. Like, he doesn't want to, like, he does want to be friends with him, but he feels bad because he knows how much of a much of a different world Lupin lives in, whereas he is how much of a different world he lives in. Like, kind of like that, I guess. And yeah, anyways, so next we get to see the next day, Jigen comes to the school, and yeah, Lupin uses those paper planes and is calling him to go to the roof. And Lupin makes, like, like, complaints about how Shinobu's keeping an eye on him every time, especially after coming back from Grandpa's place. And he's like, oh, I'm going to run away from home. So at first he was like, I'm going to run away from home, but then he's like, all right, you know what? What I'm going to do is make a hideout here in school. At first I was like, wait a minute, he's going to run away from home and make a hideout in school? And I'm like, what the hell? Like, why? like Shinobu's easily going to track you. But then I realized what he's exactly trying to say. He's not going to run away from home. He's going to make a separate place here, like a hideout here in school, so that he could be himself. Like, that's what he's basically saying. He's not talking about running away actually, but actually, like, here being like a having like a little place to himself. That's what he meant. And I'm like, all right, that makes more sense, because yeah, running away from home to come to and coming to hide at school makes no sense, especially if Shinobu's the one who's going to try to find you out. She'll just easily track you down. So nah, he's not going to run away, but he's going to make a place here at school for himself. And he says like, yeah, that's right, it'll be our secret base, a groovy pad that nobody else will be able to find. Think about it, once it's finished, we'll be able to do whatever we want to while we're at school. Are you in, Jigen? And Jigen is like, all right, you know what, it's a good plan, like we can actually, like, because obviously Jigen doesn't move like interacting with other people, and like probably doesn't enjoy his time in school. So he's like, yeah, it'll be a fun thing, like a place for just for myself, nobody will try to bother me there. And he's like, all right, so what are you going to do? And he brings out a drill. I'm like, wait a minute, aren't you going to make it underground? I thought he was showing like a downward. I'm like, he's going to do it underground. He tries to drill that roof, and I'm like, what is the point of that? I still don't understand why did he try to drill the roof. Like I can understand what he's trying to do. He's trying to drill the roof and get into like a very secluded space where nobody goes. Like he's going in from the top, so you know that's like a secluded space it'll be. But the fact is that I don't know, he could have easily probably found out a different way of getting in. Like I don't know, maybe like a door inside the school, maybe like you know, like find a lockpick or something, lockpick the door and get in then. Maybe like that, because it was an actual room, you know, the place where he went to drilled down, the place where they went to was an actual room. Like it was like a storeroom or something, I'm not exactly sure. There's like so many different things inside, like this anatomical model, some posters, a locker, you know, so many different things that were there. So I'm guessing this is like a storeroom. So I'm pretty sure he could have easily found out like a door from inside the school and lockpick it somehow. I'm pretty sure he can lockpick. He can lockpick it, get in, and I don't know, then probably seal the door or something like that. He could have easily done. Why did it come from the top? It doesn't make any sense. Anyways. Okay. Later on, he decides to make a bathtub. He's like, oh, this place has everything, but it lacks a bathtub. And to make a bathtub, he drills the whole place down and just water starts flowing in and makes like a whole pandemonium. Then like he does some crazy things after that, like gets like a boat kind of thing and trying to find out a different place to hide in, and finds out that like underneath the staircase is a better place. So he makes it as a temporary like you know hideout place. And he's like on top and Jing is on underneath that rack, that shelf. And he asks Jigen like, why are you using matches? And Jigen gets pissed off and is like, what the hell? You destroyed my thing, and now you're asking why I'm using matches. And yeah, then those guys like from the sumo club probably comes in and drops down completely. Later on, they try many different places, and every place has some kind of a problem. Like there's like one section where like the girls like throw like some dust and some rubbish inside like a dust chute or something, and it falls inside on top of their head. Like these type of things happen, and they are not able to properly find any kind of a secret base. So in the end, Lupin is like, all right, you know what, I've made a secret base design. All right, let me see the base design. He says an automatic breakfast machine and a full body scrub spa, plus a radio that transforms into a car. Wow, radio and a car. Okay, it makes use of what? Banatarsky. Wait, is that like an actual thing? Banatarsky paradox. What is that? You know what? Let me check if that's an actual thing. Okay, just a minute. Oh my god. Bana, B-A-N-A. Wait, what's the spelling? B-A-N-A-C-H. Tarsky. B-A-N-A-C-H. Tarsky. Paradox. Banatarsky paradox. Oh my god. What? Wait a minute, what is this? Just a minute. An alternative states the following: given a solid ball in three-dimensional space, there exists a decomposition of the ball into a finite number of disjoint subsets, which can then be put together back in a different way to yield two different identical copies of this original ball. Oh, indeed, the assembly process involves only moving the pieces around and rotating them without changing their shape. However, the pieces themselves are not solids in the usual sense, but infinite scatterings of points. The construction can work as... Alright, okay, so something like that. Yeah, that's what it says. To create an infinite amount of space. My god. Alright. And Jane is like, what the hell? And then later on he talks about the faucet of booze, a jacuzzi of booze, and he's like, what is that? And he's like, oh, it's like whiskey. So what do? And Jigen is at first like, all right, it sounds really good, you know, infinite supply, but how can you do that? And he says that I did a little exploring underground the other day. You won't believe what I found. Okay, Okay, access to the area is restricted. Secret Protection Act. Eastern District Army Underground Raid Air Raid Shelter. So the army is using, okay, he says it's a whiskey pipe. All right, so I'm pretty sure it's part of some facility that the military installed back during the war, but now they're using that pipe to move whiskey on the sly. US Army, of course. Okay, the smuggling in booze to sell and make money on the side. Okay, makes sense. At first I was like, how is it still working? If it was used so long ago, but now I understand. They're saying they're actually actively smuggling it still, and that is exactly why it still works. Like they're actually using it as like a transportation method, that pipe, and that's what they're doing. And Lupin's like, yeah, we're going to bring it straight to our base by using some contraptions, and he's like, that's what we're going to do. Now here we can see, at first, as I said, we can see Jigen is pretty excited, but then little by little he kind of looks at the whole thing and he's like Lupin, let's stop, you know, like you doing some crazy stuff, you know, like, and like what, we shouldn't get involved in this. And like I said, you know, this is the reason why he felt like this is because of that day, you know, when that fireworks incident happened and Shinobu, like, you know, like took Crane to take you know, like Lupin in and looked at him like that. He's probably thinking that, yeah, like let's not try to involve him in any other shenanigans. You know, I don't want something to happen to him. Like obviously that's what he felt, because like I said, this is so much like the example I took a few moments ago. This is so much like that, you know, when there's someone who's very, like, you know, rambunctious, who's very, like, you know, like eccentric and everything, does some crazy stuff, and you're the friend who is like very calm and quiet, and that person is like tagging you in for the crazy stuff that person does, and suddenly you confront the mother comes in and they're like, what are you doing? Come. Looks at the kid in a very, like, you know, like a very, like the stare that they give you, that kid, and as if like, what are you doing to a child? You're being a bad influence. Next time, if that kid tries to tag in with you, you'll probably feel bad, and there'll be like a guilt that'll work inside of you, making you think of that day when his mother looked at you like that and implied that, oh, you're being a bad influence on our child. It's going to kind of replay in your head, and you'll feel guilty about it. And you'll be like, yeah, like, you know what? No, let's not try to involve him in any other things. Let me keep my distance from him. That's what is happening here. Jigen exactly feels that guilt. I'm pretty sure he feels that guilt, and he feels like, yeah, you know what? No, I shouldn't get involved in this. You know, because his parents, his family member doesn't want, like, you know, his family doesn't want that. So, but obviously Lupin is like, oh no, let's do this. But Jigen feels guilty here. Jigen is like, and also feels concerned for his own well-being. So he's like, no, I'm just, and when Lupin's like, what the hell, like, are you chickening out or something? He's like, no, I'm trying to look out for you. And obviously they get into a quarrel, and he's like, oh, like, your plans don't work. You're always, like, you know, like messing everything up, Lupin. And Lupin is like, oh, you're chickening out, and like just start throwing pillows at each other. And yeah, next we get to see Lupin comes back home, and yeah, and Shinobu's like, oh, you again were, like, you know, fighting with that guy. And Lupin is like, oh, shut up, and goes to his room, like, lays down, while we see Jigen in his house trying to make the lighter work again. So yeah, there you go. And like I said, I'm pretty sure the lighter is something that holds some kind of a memory for him. That is why he's so, you know, like, so invested. And yeah, either way, after that we get to see a little bit of a an appearance from Yoko, and this is probably her next mission or whatever, trying to, like, you know, get something from the military, you know, like some kind of a business deal or something. And yeah, like I can see, like, you know, like Yoko is probably the Fujino of this like, you know, this series. Like I can understand that now. Like I can obviously, yeah. But anyways, we barely get to see her. There's like a small little scene, just a little cameo, I guess. Other than that, after that, we get to see the main thing that's happening here is like the whole smuggling situation, where these guys are like, oh, look at this, the amount of money we got from this. It's like wads of cash they have brought in. And they're like, oh, the pipeline is a golden goose, I tell you. And they're talking about it, discussing about it. Jigen kind of overhears a few of the military, guys talking about this, and then getting into that tunnel and getting the, boost from it. And yeah, like Jigen, it's kind of suspicious. He's like, all right, this is probably what's happening. These guys are the military, the thing that Lupin was talking about a few moments ago. And Jigen follows them, and we get to see that Lupin wrote like for Lupin and Jigen only. He probably wrote that earlier, like, when Jigen was still in the plan. And he probably wrote it then. That's why he also wrote Jigen's name. Otherwise, he probably wouldn't have written Jigen's name. So these two, they're like, oh, what is that? Like someone wrote something. Thank God they cannot read Japanese, and they're like, it's like someone must have wrote something. And they give up. They're like, yeah, like, let's keep an eye out in this place. Even if someone comes in, we'll catch them. Now, seeing that, Jigen realizes what Lupin is trying to do. He's trying to do everything on his own. And Jigen is like, goes to school, tries to find Lupin out. He's unable to find him. Ask a few of the students where Lupin is. They cannot tell. So, as he's walking, in comes an aeroplane, a paper aeroplane, and it's written, if you try to, like, if you want to see me, try to find me, or something like that was written. And Jigen gets pissed off, and he's like, what the hell? You're on your own. You're digging your own grave. So he throws it away and leaves. I don't know how the hell Lupin found a periscope. That's a periscope, isn't it? The one that submarines have? He has that. And he somehow made another hideout. And he has also the faucet and everything is ready, like the only thing that's left is to actually connect the lines or something, I'm guessing. So Lupin is like, yes, like a nice hideout I've made, and let's go then. So he's ready, and he goes in to do his job. Now, those two guys who found out that someone is in here, they told that guy that they're higher up, that officer. And that officer comes in. It's raining heavily, and that officer is like sees the footprints. Someone got in. Obviously, it was Lupin's footprint, and we see Lupin here again. Like I said, he probably wrote that Jigen. He included Jigen's name in it because it was before the whole thing that they went through, the quarrel that they went through. Jigen was still part of the plan then. That's why now he's like, oh, Jigen's name. Just scratches it away. He's like, this is only for me, haha. And as he's kind of doing all of that, these guys come in, the military, and I'm like, what the hell, dude? Like, pointing guns, not one gun, two guns you're pointing at a kid. It's not even a gun, it's a submachine gun. I'm like, it baffles me. Like, this happened before as well. Like these guys are so, like, they're like, oh, we're not taking any risks. Takes out like 2 or 3 submachine guns and are pointing it at a kid. I'm like, what is wrong with you guys? Why? Oh my god. Anyways, and the thing is, Lupin is not even famous in this, this whole thing. Later on, when Lupin gets famous, I can see later on when he's more famous as like the master thief and all that. I can see people bring 2-3 submachine guns, maybe a rocket launcher, maybe like a I don't know, like a minigun or something, and pointing it towards Lupin. I can see that happening because he's that much of a notorious thief. Here he's just a random kid who has stumbled upon the boost. Now I can understand what they're trying to do. They're like, oh, keep no witness and all that stuff, But 2 submachine guns for a kid, that's a bit of an overkill. Like, what? Anyways, these guys, they're like, oh, a kid has found us out, shouldn't keep any witness, like points of submachine gun. However, Lupin is way more quicker with his reflexes. He throws the nails at them and and then runs away. And we can see Jigen is concerned about the whole situation, so he's on his way to to that scene where everything is happening. Now we see Lupin evading them for quite a while, just, you know, trying to get out of that situation. The first thing that he does is bring out those plungers, I think that's what you call them, the plunger things, and tries to climb up the wall, but they shoot at him and the plungers break. He falls down, and they're like 3 or 5 of them are with submachine guns and pistols. They're like pointing towards Lupin, and they're like, oh, like, game is over, kid. But comes in Jigen with his gun, just shoots everyone in their hands, obviously. And yeah, for a moment, no, they're kind of safe. So they realize that this guy is armed, this kid is armed, and he's pretty talented with his shooting. So, you know, the military, they're like, oh, don't let them get away. And Lupin and Jigen is running away in this scenario. While running away, they start fighting amongst each other. Lupin wait, why did they start fighting? Just a minute. Oh, Jigen is like, this is why I told you to forget it. And Lupin is like, oh, shut up, you're not my babysitter. What about a thank you? Yeah, I wouldn't do that. And they start fighting. The gun actually misfires. The whiskey comes out. Their face gets dunked in the whiskey, and they get drunk instantly. And yeah, so they're making a whole ruckus on top, and these guys, they're like, oh, they must be on top, get ready. For a moment here, I actually thought that Shinobu came in, you know, because that thing that was like kind of jumping around, I'm like, oh, it must be Shinobu or something, you know, she's probably just, I don't know, like I thought it was her running or something. Like I said, I'm pretty sure she's a ninja or something like that, you know. That's why I was like, oh, it must be Shinobu, you know, because that's how ninjas run. Just it's like a just you know, like that way, just very fast. Like you cannot drag them down. So I actually thought it was Shinobu for a moment, but then I realized it was them, like just using the mannequin and a code to trick them. They start shooting, and the pipe just, you know, busts. The whiskey comes out. the commander, he's like, oh, stop shooting, you know, you're destroying the pipes. But then later on he's like, oh no, keep shooting, you know, like he keeps shooting, and like all the whiskey comes out, and in the end they're like, wait, it's not a wait, he actually think it was someone? Wait a minute, where's that part? Okay, the mannequin comes in. Whatever, screw the stupid pipe, fire. They fire. Okay, the mannequin breaks down. And he says here, damn it was just a dummy. Yeah, what else did you think it was? You thought that was a human being? I guess if it, like I said, I actually thought it was Shinobu, but if it was, I could see Shinobu doing that, because I'm pretty sure she's a ninja. With that name, I'm pretty sure she's a ninja. You know, Shinobu. So I can see her doing that. However, any normal human being cannot do that, you know, that way. So this guy's like, oh, that was a dummy? And I'm like, what else do you think it was? Anyways, whiskey's raining, and yeah, like Jigen and Lupin comes in drunk, completely starts throwing stuff at them, and the whole pipe bursts. They use the whiskey pipe towards that commander, and he falls down, you know, like completely misfires. The whole pipe just gets destroyed, and yeah, they get on top of the boat and start oaring, you know, in the river of whiskey, and just escapes from there. And yeah, later on they come to their hideout, and we get to see here Jigen when he's like lighting up the thing. And wait a minute, just a minute. He takes out the lighter and opens it, and it works. Now I'm pretty sure this section where we see him lighting the lighter and kind of like smiles, I think this is the first time it worked after that incident, didn't it? Like he was pretty frustrated because his lighter was not working. So suddenly at this time it suddenly decided to work, and I'm guessing that's why he was smiling here, because Yeah, it must be because he's looking at the light and kind of smiling, and he's like, oh, like, yeah, it's back again, and he lights it up, and Lupin's like, should have waited till we are older, and Jigen is like, like, what should we do with this? It's all going to go to waste, the faucet and everything, and he sees Lupin fallen asleep, and he looks at the lighter again. Now, here's one thing I'm going to talk about here is like I said, I'm pretty sure the lighter is something of a memory for Jigen, and that is why he was so mad when Lupin threw it down or something. It stopped working. But in the end, that scene where we get to see the lighter starts working again, and he looks at the lighter fondly, and looks at the worn out lighter, the damage that it has gone through. It was because Lupin threw it in the fire. That is why it's so worn out. Here, like, this is one thing I believe here, that obviously it is really it is definitely very important to keep memories for your past, someone you loved, they gave you something, it's like a memento for them, a memory for them. It is definitely very important, and all that. But this is another thing that I'm pretty sure Jigen also realized it here in the end, and I also believe is that you're also making new memories, like, we get to see that Lupin threw that lighter in the fire, and that's why Jigen was angry. Obviously, I don't blame him. It's probably something that holds a lot of memories for him. But now, after everything has ended and the lighter is working again, he again looks at the lighter and he sees how worn out it is, and he thinks that, oh, you know what? These markings, this worn out lighter, this has become another memory, new memory for me. Memory about Lupin. Later on, way in the future, when I'll probably bring out this lighter, it'll not only have my previous memories, but it'll have my new memories with Lupin there as well, kind of, intertwined with it. Next time, whenever I bring out this lighter and I look at it, I'll probably remember today. I'll probably remember this day, and I'll remember the crazy stuff that we did. And that is exactly what it is, like I said, it's definitely memories are definitely very important, but at the same time you should also realize that you're making new memories as well. Like, whatever you're doing now, someday down the line it'll probably become a good memory for you. And that's the thing, like, that is the thing. I like this. I've seen a lot of anime kind of tackle this as well. Like, a lot of anime tackles this, like, this whole thing comes out in a lot of anime. For example, I'll take an example here, Kaguya-sama Love is War. There was an episode where we get to see where Kaguya was constantly thinking about the past photographs that she lost, but she forgot the fact that she now has friends and she can make new memories. She was clinging on to the past memories, and when he lost that, she became depressed. But later on, her friends made her kind of understand that, yeah, those past memories, they're gone, but we are here, we are your friends to help you make new memories. And way down in the line in the future, you'll probably look at this day and think about this day, and this day will become a memory to you. Like, that thing, this thing, like, we've seen this in multiple animes, and I'm pretty sure this is another thing that Jigen also realized here. He looked at the lighter in the end and he was probably like, yep, you know what, I was mad at Lupin, but the thing that we did today is probably going to become a memory way down in the line, and a day will come when I'll probably look at the lighter and remember this day and laugh. And yeah, that was the I'm pretty sure that's how I interpret this whole thing. And that's I'm pretty sure that's what's exactly going to happen, because we do know later on Lupin and Jigen become very good friends. They become best buds. And yeah, anyways, and that was it. It's a great episode, episode number 4 of Lupin Zero. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. That is it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next week with another episode of Lupin Zero. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.